Hey guys, Utah Steve, finally back with a new video for 2023. Today I'm in a very unusual place for me. Usually I'm surrounded by pine trees in the Uinta Mountains, or maybe out in Utah's West Desert. As you can see behind me, there's a very large hot tent, complete with stove. On this outing, and also joining me, are three of my four sons, Murphy, Dylan, and Jude. And we are, as you can tell by the background, that amazing backdrop, we're in Moab, Utah. And we are about to experience Arches National Park. So I've been wanting to come down here for a very long time. We meant to come down here in March of 2020. And, well, you know what happened that year. So everything shut down and we weren't able to. And it's been until this year that we've been able to come up here. Murphy has been here many times. And so he's kind of the tour guide for me, Dylan, and Jude. Ash, my other son, is at home in Salt Lake and babysitting our dog, Scraps. He and his wife are kind enough to take in our dog, our little dog, while we come out here and explore Moab. So I will show you around camp later. We're still getting set up. It's a huge mess. We just got the tent put up. We haven't even put all of our bedding in there. And it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Sunset is 6 p.m. So what we're going to do first is all of us have, except Murphy, he's already seen it. We've always wanted to see Delicate Arch. We're going to hit that first today. It might be the only explore we do today. That obnoxious sound, by the way, is them splitting wood for the stove for the hot tent. That's Murphy's hot tent, by the way. That huge thing. Tomorrow we have all day to hike some of the other trails, but because we are limited on time today, having got up here about noon and got set up and had lunch, I think Delicate Arch is the place we're going to go first. So Murphy knows the way there. We're going to hike that trail and finally see this amazing icon that is on everything everywhere all over the world. It's a Utah icon. In fact, it's on my license plate. I would show you, but I don't really want to give away my license plate number. So anyway, this is where we are, and right over here is the Colorado River. I will give the grand tour later, maybe if not today, then tomorrow. Today is more about getting camp set up and going and checking out the arch and just spending time together as a family, and that's about it. Day 2 will be our big explore day, and I'll be able to show you more around camp. This campsite is amazing. It is right off of the highway right up here, but it is right next to the Colorado River with this incredible scenery. Pretty amazing. I know it's been a while since I've been able to make any videos. My leg is all but healed up. If you don't know, I had a blood clot in my leg last year and it kind of shut everything down. So I've been putting up little shorts, little clips of different videos from the past, just to give you something to entertain you. I'm going to continue that going forward. By the time you see this, basically the full episodes will happen on the weekends. And in between, peppered in during the week, the smaller clips. I don't like YouTube shorts. I don't like the 1-minute videos. Mine are anywhere from 2 to 15 minutes typically. And so I just throw them up as regular videos. Anyway, so that's what's been going on with that. If you've been wondering why I've been putting up so many of them, it's been a daily upload until this finally comes out. Then it'll just be here and there short clips with big episodes at the end of the week. So Dylan and Jude over there learning to chop wood. Hopefully not going to end up in the local hospital. And Murphy's getting his stuff together. We are getting ready to head out. So join us to go see delicate arch. An amazing icon that we have never seen before. I'm excited. This the corn crib? Is this like a corn crib or something? It's usually where they stored some of their food. Can you look in it? I don't know. Can you see in there? Huh?
Table and chairs.
Oh, cool.
Separate.
Oh, I see.
To think how long those have been perfectly preserved. Well, I mean, I'm not saying watch out for that one.
Lots of people.
Just step on the trail for a second.
Well, the nice thing is this is pretty much the bulk of our day. You gonna make it? Oh, you need water. made it. Proud of yourself? Where's Jude?
Right here.
Proud of yourself, buddy? Good job. What are you afraid of?
I was trying to.
Amazing. Absolutely beautiful. So the parking lot is way down there. Just to the kind of between that rock and this rock is the parking lot way out there. That's amazing. Look how many people are here. This is nothing compared to summertime. That's why we came in the off season. I don't even know what to say. All my life I've seen this arch on TV and videos and pictures, and even on my my license plate. Like I said, I've never seen it in person. It's massive. It's incredible. And to come up here with my kids made it that much better. You can see the scale by just looking at the people. It's huge. And people, you're not supposed. Oh, hey, buddy. How's it going? Check this out. You're not taking my food. He wants my trail mix. He's hungry. Yeah. He's huge. He's like the size of our cat.
Yeah.
Anyway, people have climbed the top of that. You're absolutely forbidden to, but it's hard to imagine people doing that. It's insane. And this is pretty mild, the crowds here. The off season is definitely the time to come up here. I can't imagine not only how hot and dry it is, but how many people are probably crowding this place. Entire busloads of tourists come up here in the summertime. Pretty amazing. From here, we just go back to camp and enjoy the evening. Are you guys feeding the crows? They're feeding the crows. Awesome. Anyway.
The other one.
Oh. Yep. You want another one? Here's a raisin. I hate raisins. You can eat all that you want. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, guys, it is obviously dark after sunset, and we are back at camp. Made it back safe and sound. We're going to have dinner. My phone that I'm filming on here, it died, so I had to charge it for a while, and by the time I got it back up and going again, it was dark. You can see Dylan and Jude having a good time with the fire. Murphy got the fire going, and tonight's dinner, barbecue beef sandwiches and coleslaw with chips. If I can get the lighting right. There we go. There's the buns, and that's pretty much it. It's kind of a mess right now, but that's what we're gonna do. Just dump this in a pot, heat it through, and chow down. We're all pretty hungry after that amazing hike. Well, my phone keeps losing battery because it's so cold out here. It's really cold. And I'm trying my darndest to show what I'm doing here. Here, Dylan, will you hold this for me, bud? So we're just heating this through. And we've got some coleslaw right here. and I'm probably not going to be able to film until almost bedtime, except for a few shots here and there, just because my battery keeps draining due to the cold. So there's the barbecue beef. We are ready to eat. I think it's so cold the butane is barely, that's all the way up. It's barely working. We have the stove in the hot tent over here, but we haven't lit it yet. So we're just gonna chow down, and then I think we'll probably huddle around the fire for a while and then go inside the tent, see how well this thing works.
Shit smoker.
This is our system. I film and provide light for some reason. They saw and split. So Murphy's sawing. We have to break them into small enough pieces to fit in the wood burning stove inside the tent. It is cold out here, and that tent is going to be a lifesaver tonight. It kind of looks like you already cut your thumb off the way you're holding your hand.
Oh, a little harder than that.
Yeah.
Hard. Pretend it's someone you don't like's face.
Use your heel.
Yeah. I don't think that one's
maybe
right.
That's not cut enough. We already split it with an axe, and now we're just making short work of it, literally.
Extra pieces.
Well, here's our situation. We've already got this going. We're just feeding it again, and it is toasty warm in here. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Doing okay over there?
Yeah.
So this is our situation. I'm sleeping over there. Dylan and Jude are right here. And Murphy's over here. This is a big tent. What is it, 8 feet?
8.5 feet tall.
I mean, look at that. It goes way up there. Yes, that's my bug zapper, but it makes an excellent tent light. So we brought it. There are no bugs, of course. It's too cold. I'm telling you, this is a lifesaver. I think we're going to be totally comfortable as long as we can keep the stove fed.
Hey, Dad, where's the charging stuff?
In the car.
So it was at 34 degrees when I lit the stove. We're up at 57. That's only with a few pieces of wood in there.
Yeah.
So it's gonna get pretty warm tonight.
It's quite an increase. It's only been, what, half an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah. 57 is comfy.
Yeah. Especially when it's like 30 outside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Well, Murphy's way over there. The boys are over here. Jude has had enough of today. I don't know why this won't focus. Why isn't it focusing? Focus. There we go. Jude has had enough. He's night. It's 8:20 p.m. That was quite a hike, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all pretty exhausted. And it is a balmy 63 degrees in here. Below freezing outside. I'm going to shine that in your face, Moose. I can't see you. Anyway, that's it. It's been a heck of a good day. On to more adventures tomorrow. We have a full day ahead of us tomorrow. Today was just about checking out the Delicate Arch and hanging out at camp, and we accomplished that. So it's time to wind down. We're just going to hang out and talk or whatever and go to sleep. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow. Say goodnight, guys.
Night.
Can't see anybody, but they, you know, you can hear them. So it's fine. Okay, see you in the morning. Well, guys, it is 3:18 in the morning, and I've been sleeping pretty warm. The problem with the hot tent, of course, is everybody falls asleep and the fire goes out, and then it's a whole process in the middle of the night to get it going again. And my 3 boys they're out cold. We have 0 degree bags and also some down quilts and under quilts, and I mean we're warm in there. I was warm as long as I was completely inside my bag. The problem I have is my Outdoor Vitals Atlas 0 degree bag. I spotlighted it when I bought it a couple years ago. I bought the large size bag, and it's too small. It's not big enough to even zip up all the way. I have to pull it around me like a quilt and cover my head because the zipper it's so narrow it won't zip up, and I'm not a huge guy, so I don't know what they consider large. I mean, it's nothing against the company, but I bought the large based on my body size, thinking I would fit. And it's just, I think a teenage boy would fit in it fine. I would call what I have a medium. Anyway, I'm plenty warm. It's definitely warm. It does its job. It is currently 25 degrees, and I am sitting inside my car, and I've started the car. And that's because there's condensation inside the tent. Without the fire going, with those guys so zonked out, I got up to go to the bathroom. I just couldn't sleep anymore because I had to pee so bad. So I got up and used the restroom. There's a bathroom here. There are a few other campers now at this site. This is the Grandstaff campground. Anyway, just outside Moab. And so we have to drive up a ways to go to Arches, obviously, but it's only about a mile away to the actual national park. Anyway, I slept solid until now, until 3, and I just had to go to the bathroom so bad. I was like, I'm getting up. And so I'm warm enough. I have a wool beanie. I have this coat it's made by Want Do. I've had this forever. You've probably seen it in previous videos if you follow me at all. In the winter, it's got this furry lining in it. I've got a flannel shirt on. I've got a long sleeve shirt, and under that, thermals. I've got wool socks on. I am warm enough. With the condensation and that fire going out inside the hot tent, it's chilly in there. If any part of my body sticks out of my bag, and of course when you sleep in a sleeping bag that doesn't fit, a lot of your parts stick out, and even my face just being exposed so I can breathe got too cold. So unfortunately the bag does not fit, and my boys both have 0 degree Coleman bags that they fit in perfectly. It completely surrounds them. They are so comfortable. They're sound asleep. They're sleeping well. Murphy's zonked out. The fire's out. It's 25 degrees. You add all those things up. I got up to pee. The stars are incredible out here. There is no light pollution out here whatsoever. So, man, it's gorgeous. I just couldn't sleep anymore. It wasn't just the cold. It was having to go to the bathroom, and then my mind starts going, and I'm wide awake. So I figured I'd warm the car up just in case those guys woke up and were too cold. We made a deal before we went to bed. I kind of always do this, even with my buddy Joe in the winter. if it gets too cold, there's no shame in climbing in the car and warming it up. So that's what I'm doing, just in case. I could crawl back in bed, of course, and I was warm enough. I just can't get that sleeping bag zipped up, and parts of me keep sticking out, and it wakes me up. When it's this cold outside, it wakes you up. There is a breeze blowing through here, so even though it's 25 degrees, there's probably a wind chill of 10, you know? I have no idea. I don't have access to that right now, but I'm just gonna hang out here in the car and quietly just do my thing for a little bit. I don't know if I'll go back in the tent or not. I probably will, but I'm just awake. At this point, it's not just the cold. It's not horribly cold. I've slept out in the desert down to 6 degrees and been comfortable, but I'm just awake, and now I can't seem to go back to sleep. So I'm gonna let them sleep. I'm gonna hang out in here. It's better than sitting in the tent tossing and turning and making noise and waking them up. So I kind of just came out here because I don't want to disturb them. But it's going well. I just thought I'd do a check-in in the middle of the night. And sunrise is in about 4 hours. So we'll talk more then. Well, it's day 2. We had a rough night. I think we know what we're doing wrong, though. We figured it out. We cut all those pieces of wood into small splinters, and basically they burned up so quick because they were so small that we lost heat quickly. So we got pretty chilly at one point. We all ended up in the car. It was 25 degrees, which isn't horrible, but there was a breeze blowing right through there down into here, and it cools things off significantly. So tonight we're going to use logs that are cut in half instead of splinters of logs that are chopped into tiny bits. So we may even go into town, into Moab, and get Duraflame type log. That would be ideal. It would burn a lot longer, because the idea is to keep us warm. We were going to cook on top of that stove, because you can, and well, once we got up, we realized we really just needed a nice campfire. This is a disaster. 4 people camping together, stuff everywhere. This morning we have hot chocolate and a corned beef hash with eggs for breakfast. Jude is, I think, asleep in the car. But most of the night we slept in here. It was pretty comfortable. It's just that if any part of your body got exposed to the air, there was condensation inside the tent, and it iced over. So there was a layer of ice inside the tent from 4 people breathing heavy, and no heat source. So what happened is we just fell asleep, and those little twigs burned up quick. So tonight we use logs. So I had to switch to the fire. The butane worked great at first, but the cold temperatures just aren't cooperating. So we are cooking right over the fire, and it's doing great. Looks delicious. The sun has finally come out, and it's warming everything up. This morning everything was covered in frost. Everything, all of our gear was just frost. And now that the frost is gone, everything's wet. So next step, it dries out. It's kind of just how it is. Well, breakfast is done. We've pretty much cleaned up, as clean as it's gonna get at the moment. Car camping is its own animal. We need to make sure this is totally out before we leave camp. But right now, everybody's up on the bridge there looking at the river, and we're gonna do a little bit of sightseeing down here. We're gonna look at the Colorado River. We're gonna check out the campground a little bit. And then later this afternoon, we will head to Arches again and check out some of the other sites. Now that we've seen Delicate Arch, we want to see all the other things that are a little easier to get to. They're not long hikes at all, so I'm looking forward to that. And we may need to run into Moab, into town, to get some more water and firewood. I'm not sure. We might have enough, but also some of those Duraflame logs I think would come in really handy tonight, make the night a lot more comfortable. So I think that's the plan right now. I'm gonna go up there and join those guys on the bridge. So this is like a walking path that goes all through here. You can follow this all the way back into Moab, which is down the highway that way. So looks like there's not much of the Colorado River through here.
Colorado's river is over there.
Oh, okay. This is just a tributary.
Yeah, I thought this was
Like, this carved the Grand Canyon? Are you kidding me? It's a long way down.
Yeah.
Let's look over here. Oh, look at this cool bridge. This is probably way more impressive when it's actually flowing. There's a tunnel back that way that goes under the road and over to here to this trailhead. It's the Grand Staff trailhead. You can see over that direction how beautiful that looks. We might go a little ways down that trail, I don't know. This is the Grand Staff campground, which makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Just incredible. Like 360 view is stunning. This is just, you can't turn anywhere here and not see something amazing. See? Isn't that amazing? This is kind of cool. Dylan, did you get another rock? Come over here.
Okay.
Dylan threw a rock down here. It's kind of cool what it does, besides splash. But if you watch, it almost looks like smoke coming off of where it landed. Just kind of bubbles up the clay underneath and flows away down the river. That's cool looking. There's some angry geese around here. We've been listening to them for 2 days now. A bunch of them just landed over here. And they are obnoxious, even in the middle of the night. I don't know where they went, down in the brush, I guess. They were just here yelling at us. Anyway, let's get going. Let's see what else there is to see, my friends. Come on, bud.
Okay. Outside isn't as dirty. Won't do the thing.
Yeah, there's like red sand with snow on it. When the runoff happens and all the snow melts, this is probably pretty impressive. We've also been inundated with these really pretty bluebirds through here. They come into our camp when we leave, and they skitter off when we show up again. I don't know where they went. Oh, there they are. Where'd they go? They remind me of the gray jays in the Uintas, except the gray jays are a lot less people shy. I don't know where they went. Anyway, as soon as we leave our camp, they're in here just picking up anything they can find. So we've put all our dry food in the car. We now have the whole campground to ourselves, I think. I think most people, it's Sunday now. Most people are getting back to their work week for tomorrow, and we don't have to. Tomorrow is President's Day. The boys don't have school. I took off some time from work for this. Our original plan was to come up here on Friday morning and spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday. But that tent, you see, didn't show up until Friday just before noon, so we had to wait until that showed up, and there were some other things we had to wait on. Jude also had a pretty nasty cold this last week, and I wanted to give it another day to see if he got better, and he did. So it's really worked out nicely. We came up Saturday morning, and we're here till tomorrow, Monday. And as you can see, we're the only ones here. So I think we'll do some walking around and actually get a look at the Colorado River. I've never seen it, so I'm excited about it. One of the problems I've had to film this whole thing on my cell phone because of low temperatures. I have a new camera at home, but I haven't been able to use it because it's not the right weather for it. But my battery on my phone has been draining like crazy in these sub-freezing temperatures. In fact, when I was charging it on my power bank earlier, I actually had a little warning come up on my phone that I've never seen before that said slow charging due to low temperature. So it's been chilly. It's been very cold. You're going to see a lot of me with a beanie on and a coat on, and it looks nice and warm, but it's not. Anyway, so there's the view behind me. I've walked down the road a ways. You can see no one's here. There is one tent still up there, but looks like they drove off probably to Arches to look at the park. And here is the Colorado River. This is it. Very impressive. Huge river. And a stunning backdrop on top of it. This carved all of this. It's amazing. Dylan wants to fish while we're down here. He has his license, and Murphy knows a place down the highway here that has kind of a sandy beach and a nice place to fish. So I think that's our next destination. A little bit of fishing for Dylan. He brought his fly rod. He's learning to fly fish. I've never fly fished, so I'm not much of an instructor. But he's gonna give it a try. He's gonna see what he can catch, if anything. And told him we could, so we'll be doing that soon. Isn't that amazing? The Colorado River. And a lot of traffic all of a sudden. Okay, so this is the spot Murphy was telling us about where we can fish the Colorado. I did not bring my own pole, so I could have. I thought about it, and being the first time here, didn't really want to focus on fishing so much. So this is more for Dylan and for us to get a chance to see some more of this awesome canyon. As you saw some of the footage driving in here, it's pretty spectacular. Colorado River is really popular for river rafting, and there are a lot of little stops like this along the way for loading and unloading. Put some nice steps in here. We couldn't have timed this better because we're going home tomorrow, Monday, President's Day. And Tuesday, a big storm's rolling through here with rain and snow and wind. But today and tomorrow are supposed to be gorgeous, and we go home tomorrow, so We're just gonna miss the storm, which is awesome. You can see the size of that river just comparing it to my kids. And this massive cliff. I mean, everything is massive here. Everything is huge. That's what she said. Here are the different kinds of fish you can catch. Bony tail, never heard of that one. Humpback chub. Razorback sucker. Boy, these got some great names. You got a bony tail, you humpback chub, razorback sucker. Colorado pike minnow. Bluehead sucker. That looks like a catfish. Flannelmouth sucker and round-tailed chub. Invasive, those are the native fish. Please release immediately. And then below, invasive non-native river species do not return to the river. You have to keep them and kill them. The walleye, which is quite tasty actually. Smallmouth bass, equally tasty. I caught you a delicious bass. Northern pike. Big fish. I don't know if people eat those or not, but I know they're big. They have those near my home in Ogden, Utah. Burbot. I've never heard of that. It kind of looks like it's got the markings of a tiger trout, but it looks like a catfish. Anyway, they must be removed. It's illegal to return these fish to the river. So you're not just asked to, it's illegal not to. These fish eat native species and compete for their food and resources. This is just a lot of stuff about river rafting and camping along the river. Here's our map. See, we're down here at Grandstaff, and now we've driven all the way up to here, I think is what the star means. So, considering swimming, it's extremely dangerous. There are undertows and currents that cannot be seen. Yeah, it looks calm, but don't let it fool you. Life jackets are required for all river use. This includes inner tubes, air mattresses, and inflatables. Never float or swim in the river without a life jacket. That way they can still nab you downstream when you float out of control. Anyway, these are the different outfitters. Okay, so there's the signage. Let's go see what's happening down here. Nice and sandy, soft. Dylan's getting set up. You can kind of see out there, water's kind of swirling. It looks so calm and peaceful, but just right there, it just has a mind of its own. It gets really deep, really fast right here. You can see hoof prints in there from different animals. And Murphy has already gone into the water. He said it's cold, go figure.
Yeah.
So a little funny story about Jude's coat. Last night we were hanging out in the tent and we started to smell kind of a chemical smell, and then I noticed smoke coming from the stovepipe, and we thought we had a leak in the pipe. But it turned out something had melted against the stovepipe. And this is what that something was. This is a brand new Coke. Jude didn't know it. He leaned against it and the material melted right against the pipe. We had to open the vents and air it out. We could not figure out. We knew someone had leaned against the pipe, but we couldn't figure out who of the four of us had. So it turned out to be his coat. So we moved. We were over there on that beach. There's a family kind of encroaching on us. And then there's a military helicopter. And then Murphy noticed this outcropping of rocks, and the water is actually flowing really well. So we're gonna try here. Well, it stayed on this time. We figured out he kept losing his lure, and we figured out the end of his line was really brittle. We broke off the brittle part, and once we got past the brittle piece of line, it was fine. So he's still learning, but he knows more than I do about fly fishing. We're just gonna hang out here, take in this amazing scenery, and let Dylan fish for a while.
I never thought I would be fishing in the Colorado River.
I know, pretty cool, huh? You're getting better at that. I like your technique. A lot of people don't know this, but here in Moab, the town proper, there are a couple of arches that people visit regularly, but it's kind of a well-kept secret. Nobody really knows. And it's right here, Golden Arches. It's lunchtime. That's Arches National District. Okay, guys. We are at, this says the Park Avenue Trail. This is called Courthouse Rock? Is that what it's called? Isn't that what it said?
Courthouse Towers.
Courthouse Towers. Correct. Amazing. And it's just kind of all by itself here. That's crazy huge. How many feet up do you think that is? Does it say?
320.
That's just 320 feet?
Oh, just kidding. No, that's the trail data.
Oh,
No, I don't know.
doesn't say. Wow. Ancient sand dunes. Vast area was once covered by extensive sand dunes. Some 200 million years ago, winds from the northwest carried tons of fine-grained sand into this area, creating an immense desert. Over time, the sand drifts were covered. Murphy already read this, so this is kind of annoying for him. Over time, the sand drifts were covered by other layers of sediment, compressed and cemented by quartz, calcite, into Navajo sandstone. Anyway, there you go. Those are petrified sand dunes. Pretty amazing. And it's kind of funny, we noticed this over here. Not really funny, but no foot traffic, right? And then just beyond it, nothing but footprints. So people are still walking all the way out there to play on the petrified sand dunes. Not cool, guys. It says no. It means no. On to the next.
Texas.
There's just people from everywhere here. You're not bored, are you?
No.
You better not be. Now this is balanced rock. I have no idea why it's called that.
It's another one of those signs.
Yeah. Stay on trails, your steps matter, and there's footprints all over in here. Ridiculous. That is amazing. It's amazing that that stays there. It's insane. You can see a guy standing between. So for size comparison, there are going to be a lot of people here today, so we're going to hear a lot of voices outside of our own. It is, after all, a Sunday in a national park. That's incredible. Can you go up between there? Are you supposed to?
Well, there's a path right there.
What's remarkable to me is how flat everything is out this way towards the parking lot. And then as you turn, it's just bam! It's insane. We're gonna hike up there and take a closer look. It's hard to even explain the size of that boulder. Apparently it's something like 55 feet tall. It's just incredible. Look at out there, some of the spires standing up. And then over this way, you can see some arches out that way too. And some of those, if I can show you. It's beautiful. Look at this. That's insane. Look, here's the people for comparison. Here we are at the back side. It's just amazing. All the way around. Come the Three Stooges. So this is the area we were looking at from Balanced Rock. Balanced Rock is right there, and we were looking up towards this, and there's much to explore here. A lot of famous arches are here, including that one. Shut up, lady. The windows. See? Windows. That's the second window right there. You can hike. Thanks, dude. You can hike up around and go around the back. But we're not gonna. We're gonna go this way, I think.
Yeah.
So that's Turret Arch right there. What a shot. pretty amazing. See the people up in there for scale. Here, I'll zoom in a little. Okay. So there's Turret Arch walking away, and the parking lot's down there. So it's just one big loop up through here. So now we're going to do the other side where Double Arch is. Double Arches are, whatever. We're going over there. Double Arch, right over there. Got about an hour and a half till sunset. Come on, buddy. And I think this will wrap it up. There's also the Devil's Garden and Devil's Garden Trail. It's a lot more treacherous and a lot of heights, and I just don't know that the boys are ready for that, and I hate heights, so we're gonna bypass it this time. Maybe go next time. So not only are there double arches, there are double parking lots. We could have driven down here, and now to get back to the car we get to go back up this. Yay! Okay. Well, the trail winds up through there and into the double arches, which is right there in the center of the screen. Problem is Dylan's not feeling very well, so we're just going to drive up the road and check out the Devil's Garden a little bit, not hike the whole thing. Sorry, it is so noisy here. And then call it a day and go back to camp. So that's the plan. Okay, we are back at camp. We were gonna go to the Devil's Garden, check that out. We were gonna go check out the double arch, the double arches, whatever it's called. We were exhausted. We've been in the sun all day long. There were some snafus we ran into with my bank account. Apparently got tagged with fraud. Apparently somebody tried to run $100 through my bank account, and it was nothing I'd ever heard of. So they shut my card off. And I'm in Moab. I'm several hundred miles away from home. So basically Murphy's got to pay for everything until we get home and I can get this sorted out. And tomorrow's President's Day. So today being Sunday, that means I can't even fix this problem until Tuesday. There was someone who answered the call when I called to ask about it, because I thought they turned my card off because I used it in Ogden and then all the way down here in Moab. But that wasn't the problem at all. Somebody actually was using my credit card or my bank card fraudulently. So that put us in a bind, but we worked it out. I did have a backup. It's just not as, it wasn't what I planned on using. So Murphy's gonna get us home and I was able to help out somewhat, but until I can get home and talk to my bank and get them to issue me a brand new card with different numbers and everything. Luckily that fraud did not go through my bank account. They caught it. And so they're just doing their due diligence. I explained to them that I was stuck in Moab with my kids. They didn't know one of those kids was 27 years old and has his own life, but that's okay. They felt for me, but there's really nothing they could do. So we better hope that never happens to you on vacation. It's not been fun. It's been stressful. But as you can see, we still got out and enjoyed the park. There's much more we wanted to do while we were here, but there is no shade. We're out in the sun all day long with the wind blowing on us. We're dehydrated. We're exhausted. I sound a little more peppy now because I had an energy drink. And basically, We stopped at a grocery store in Moab, bought another case of water, and some of those fire logs that I talked about earlier for the stove in the hot tent. And right now Murphy's testing one right now. They're supposed to burn for 4 hours each. They fit just right inside that hot tent oven stove. And I just realized my hat's on sideways. Anyway, so we're gonna have dinner. We're gonna hang out at camp one last night before we head home tomorrow. Murphy has to get back on the road with his job on Tuesday morning early at 5, and so tomorrow's kind of our farewell to Moab and Arches National Park. I don't think we're going to go back into the park, even though our pass is still good to. It's just gonna have to wait for another day. So everybody's in pretty good spirits. They're happy to be back at camp, talkative, laughing, happy. We were just so burned out by the time we hit that last scene. We were just like, enough's enough. We're all exhausted. Let's just face reality. It's easy to become exhausted out here. There's a lot of hiking. There are a lot of things to see. You can't possibly see them all in a day like we tried to do. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the trip so far. And hopefully this makes up for many months without anything, except for short clips of former trips. I'm going to go over here, hang out with my kids, and we'll talk about dinner in a little bit. So we just warmed up with some hot chocolate. It's pretty chilly out here, and there has been a breeze. So the boys are hanging out by the fire, and I'm about to put dinner together for everyone, and it's very interesting tonight.
That's why
There you go. There's a better view. Anyway, if we come over here, I'll show you what dinner is. It's kind of a mess back here, so deal with it. Humanitarian MREs. I spotlit one of these in a previous outing last year. These are the MREs that the United States gives disaster victims. These are not unlike military MREs, but they are slightly different. And in previous video I showed menu number 3, so I brought menu number 4, 5, 1, and 3 again. So I figure I know what's in 3. I figure I'll have that one. These tend to be vegetarian, I believe. But that's not why I brought them. I think that's just what they do to prevent people from being too picky. Anyway, so we're going to have those tonight, and I have no idea what's in these 3. I only know what's in that one, and that is a lentil soup entree and tomato something entree that's really good. There's some Pop-Tarts in there, some, just different things. And the other 3 knuckleheads will have these to choose from. So something a little different tonight. Last night it was the barbecue beef sandwiches. We still have some buns left from that. And just wanted to keep things as simple as possible. These, we just have to put the packets in hot water. I'm trying to put the camera in the right place and heat it through because they're pre-cooked. So simple dinner tonight. Let's take them over there and see what's in them. Back up. All right, so you can choose between menu number 4, menu number 5, and menu number 1, and I have no idea what's in them.
I'll try
This is Jude, by the way. Jude's going first.
1.
Okay, grab that knife. Be very careful. Not something I would have said to my kids a year ago. Grab that knife. Okay. Be very careful. Stab it into it. Stab it into it. And slide. There you go. Rawr. Let's see what's in this. There you go. Now you got a hole. All right. Go ahead and one thing at a time. What do we got? What's first? Okay.
Vegetable crackers.
Okay. What else? There's usually 2 entrees in these, so we'll see. What does that say? It's printed on the...
Lentil stew.
Oh, that is the same. Okay. Apparently, menu number 1 also comes with lentil stew. Shortbread cookie. Nice. There's the Pop-Tarts I expected.
Brown sugar Pop-Tarts.
Okay, so you got a napkin, you got sugar, turn it over. You got a spoon, red pepper flakes, and a wet nap and some matches. Looks like that's it. Why would you need sugar? That's weird. What's this?
Oatmeal cookie.
It has 2 cookies?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter, nice. That goes on the crackers, I guess.
Strawberry jam.
Okay, and what's the final? That's just your nutrition information. What's this? Vegetable barley stew. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Which one do you want to eat? Which entree? And we can heat it in the water.
What are lentils again?
The lentil. They're like peas or beans, but they're cooked up. They're both sound pretty good to me. So which one do you want?
I think I'll have vegetable barley.
Vegetable barley. Okay. I'll start heating that up for you. Okay, so Dylan, you have menu 4 and menu 5. Don't know what's in them. You get to choose which one seems the best to you. You can hold them and check them out, whatever.
4.
4? Okay. Grab that knife. Again, something I probably wouldn't have said a year ago. There you go. Okay. Pull it out there. All right.
Christmas.
Yeah. Hang on one sec. Okay. What do we got? Let's start with the top thing. Vegetable crackers, same as Jude. Same as all of them, I think, have that. What's this one? Are they going to be shortbread and oatmeal as well?
Oatmeal cookie.
Oatmeal cookie, all right.
Strawberry jam.
This is looking very similar.
Utensils.
Yeah, we already know what's in those, so. What does that say?
Mystery. Oh, wait, no, it says something.
Peas and tomatoes. That one, I let you try at home when it was in menu 3. That was pretty good.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember. It's not really peas, it's beans. It's black-eyed peas.
Peanut butter.
Yep. Peanut butter.
Frosted toasty pastry brown sugar.
Yeah, same one. And what's that one?
Shortbread.
Yep, same. So is the entree different? What does that one say?
Rice with vegetables.
Rice with vegetables. That's different. Which one do you want?
The rice with vegetables.
Okay, set it down and we'll get it going. Murphy has a choice. I'm going to let him choose. I know I said earlier that I was going to have 3 because I've had it before, but I don't really care, honestly. And Murphy wouldn't have a choice if I didn't give him a choice. So 3 or 5?
I'll still take 5.
Okay. So far, they're not very different from each other, but they still are pretty good. They're not bad. You can... Murphy, I feel safe saying grab the knife.
Except
because
for the time I stabbed myself.
Yeah, that's true. There was that time. All right. I have a feeling it's not going to be much different. What is that?
Lentil stew.
That's pretty good. That was in Jude's MRE that he chose too. So
I don't know what all
that's
goes
a
into
Pop-Tart.
these. Oh.
It's nothing. There's usually 2 cookies so far. That's been the theme.
So that's a cookie?
Yeah, what does it say? It says on top.
It's hard to see with the foil. Shortbread cookie.
All right.
Oh, okay. Here we go. And peas and tomatoes.
The peas are black-eyed peas, so they're more like beans, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Is that the one you want? You can heat your own.
Yeah, I'll heat my own.
Okay, then what else?
Strawberry jam, peanut butter.
And another cookie. Let me guess, shortbread.
Oh, I just dumped them. Oatmeal.
Oatmeal. Oh, the other one was shortbread.
And vegetable crackers.
And vegetable crackers. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll let Murphy handle his own, which is awesome because my hands are really getting cold filming all this. And I will be having menu 3, which I know has the lentil stew and the tomatoes and peas and all the other same stuff with the same cookies, etc. So that is dinner tonight. We're going to tear into making this and feed our faces around the campfire. Okay.
Move off my.
But now that we're all in here, I'm actually going to move.
We are in the tent, having a good time, getting set up with chairs. It's not really time to go to bed, so we're shoving all of our sleep stuff out of the way. And we're going to sit around and have a powwow in front of the oven here. The Duraflame logs are doing awesome. How long's this been burning now?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours, and is there still a lot of it left? It's supposed to burn for 4.
Yeah, there's a chunk about that big.
Oh yeah, maybe it does burn for 4. It's living up to it.
Ooh, that's hot.
Did everybody have fun today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Murphy's my lighting man, and it's like uber bright, but it's the best I can do right now to make me not look like death warmed over. So tomorrow we were just talking, we're going to hit the visitor center before we leave, so we'll check that out before we wrap up and call it a night. It is toasty in here. Any idea what the temperature is?
At the
Thermometer's
ground
right
it said like 43 or 46.
48.
48, but that's on the ground.
That's on the ground. Down low where we're sleeping, 48. So up high, totally different. It's so warm right here.
It's way warmer up, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I'm just going to go with the death look. It's better. Everybody had a great time. We're exhausted. We're finally laughing and relaxing. We're just going to enjoy each other's company. And this has been an awesome outing. It really has. It's exceeded my expectations. And Murphy was an awesome tour guide. He's pretty much did all the driving while we were around here. And Jude has a case of the giggles, and I don't know why.
I'm just thinking about what Murphy told me. Just shifting positions all night.
Oh yeah, he tossed and turned a lot and put his feet in Murphy's face all night long. So
Yeah.
they had a rough time. Did you have a good time, dude? Fishing the Colorado and
Oh yeah.
seeing Delicate Arch. It's been pretty amazing. You look pretty creepy right now too. It's the lighting in here is terrible. Anyway, that's it. We will see you in the morning for more adventure before we say goodbye to Moab and Arches National Park.
Until next year.
Okay, so just a quick update. It's 2:22 in the morning. Everything is fine with the stove. In fact, those Duraflame logs they almost got too hot putting an entire log in the stove. The pipe was glowing red, and there were like flames shooting out of the top of the pipe, and at one point a spark dislodged from the pipe and put a little tiny pinprick hole in the tent. So we decided that the better route is half of a Duraflame log at a time, because one burns so intensely hot. It burned for 4 hours, no question, but it burned so intensely hot that it was almost scary how hot it got. We turned off the light in the tent and the pipe was just bright red. as of right now, this time of morning, it's time for another log, but we have an axe with a hammer head on the other end of it, and we broke the log in half. And so only half a log is going in now, and that should do the trick. The only problem with that is in 2 hours it will have to be changed again. So that's just the nature of a hot tent. If you're going to be warm and comfortable, you're going to have to pay for it somehow. So why am I in the car? Well, my sleeping bag failed. The zipper separated completely, and it was already a tight fit as it was, and that's probably why the zipper separated. And I've had it. I can't cover myself enough to stay comfortable, and I struggled with it for we went to sleep about, I say 9:30, no, it was almost 10. So about 4 hours ago, and I've slept fairly well, but once that zipper separated, I mean, I tried to zip it back up and fix it, and I'm waking everyone up. I'm tossing and turning. I keep trying to move around and pull it around me, but it doesn't quite reach. And the problem is, I bought the bag 2 years ago. This is only maybe the 4th time I've ever used it, and it's really warm. It's easily 0-degree bag. Right now it's only 30 degrees, so it's not super cold. Last night at this time it was 25, so it's actually a little warmer tonight. So that's not the issue. This bag, I ordered a large men's bag, and I think it would maybe accommodate a guy who weighed 160 soaking wet, and maybe a 10-year-old. It's the measurement is so far off, it's ridiculous. So I don't want to rip on the company. I respect the company and the people who run the company. It's local and it's doing really well for itself, but I just want to say, if you're going to advertise your bag as a large men's bag, maybe make it big enough for a large man. I'm not large, like, I'm not a big man at all. I'm 5'10", and I'm not wide, but the narrowness of this bag is ridiculous. I can't lay in it with my arms at my sides, with the zipper up, without it completely compressing down on me at every angle of my upper body. So finally, when I was moving around, the zipper just boom, ripped clean open. It separated from the track completely and failed. So the zipper failed, the size is wrong. The only thing good about it is it's very warm. It would accommodate a much smaller man than me. And like my buddy Joe is 6 foot blah blah blah. My son Ashlyn, the one who's not with us, he's over 6 foot. This bag would never accommodate them. They're what I would consider a large man. And I thought, well, this should be more than enough bag for me. And I spent $250 on it 2 years ago. So disappointed and frustrated, I told Murphy as he was changing the wood. The boys are sound asleep, Dylan and Jude. And Murphy's been sleeping good as far as I know. I said, I just can't cover myself. I can't keep tossing and turning and waking everyone up, and the zipper broke, and it's a total fail. So I'm out in the car, and I'm frustrated by it, because the tent is very warm and comfortable. It was wonderful hanging out in there, sitting in chairs and talking with everyone. We laughed, we had a good time, and we all started to feel the sleepiness, and we just crawled in bed. And it was just about half an hour ago that I was rolling over, and just popped. It didn't even rip, it just popped open. It just completely gave up, because the zipper's not designed to hold hold the bag together so tightly up against a person. So it's not a girth or anything like that. It's just, even just shoulder to shoulder, it was too tight. So if you're going to say your bag is for a large man, it better be for a large man and not for a little skinny medium man. And I used to be one of those many years ago. But, you know, time and life has changed me. So I'm just disappointed and frustrated. I should not have to order an extra large bag because I'm not an extra large man. So that's it. I'm going to sit here in the car. I'm going to turn on the heat. And of course, if they decide to join me, they can. I don't think they will for tonight, frankly, because it's warm in there. It's comfortable. It's really nice. That hot tent's amazing. Just needed to back off on the fuel a bit. So the nighttime adventures here at this camp in outside Moab, Utah have been a learning experience. Learning to use the stove. Some of it was learning to set up the tent when we first got here. We had set it up once at home and that's it. So overall, I'd say it's been a success, but the bag, no. I mean, if you can't keep warm when it's 30 degrees outside or less, how the heck are you going to sleep comfortably? And then on top of that, the more I tossed and turned, the more awake I was, the more I felt like I had to pee. So I went to the bathroom and I finally just said, enough's enough. I don't have my bag on, as you can see. I didn't even drag it out here. I left it in the tent in disgust. And I'm going to just wear my coat and sit here in the driver's seat of my car and try to shut my eyes and go back to sleep. So, disappointing experience with the bag. Not pleased at all. I think those Coleman sleeping bags that I bought my kids for this trip, they're 0-degree bags, and they've said that they're completely warm and comfortable in them. And they actually look like they might accommodate me. And they were $97, not $250. So sometimes you don't get what you pay for. By the time I decided the bag didn't fit me, it was past the point of returning it, so I just kept it, and I kind of frankly forgot about it over the last couple of years. And for this trip, I thought I should dig that out and give it another chance. So I've given it another chance, and it failed me. So thankfully, this is our last night here, and I won't have to suffer through another night with a broken sleeping bag. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna go back to sleep. Just thought I'd give an update. I'll see you in the morning. Morning, guys. It's about 8 a.m. Slept pretty good in the car. Who wouldn't? And these guys slept really well in the tent. It was still plenty warm in there when I went in to get the axe to chop the wood. But we did discover one problem with using the Duraflame logs, in addition to how hot they burned. I don't know if you can see how congested that chimney is. It kept them warm. It's still warm, but there is a lot of buildup of soot and debris from those logs right there at the tail end of the pipe, and that's not safe, of course. So Duraflame logs burn well, work well, last a long time, but that's a safety hazard. Things can back up into the tent. There's carbon monoxide to worry about. Some of the sparks that were coming off of it was coming out like a flamethrower last night. Burned a little hole in the tent, like I mentioned. So
It's just going to be a matter of burning a lot more wood to keep warm, probably keeping the pieces thick like this, but cutting them in half instead of splintering them into little slivers like this, so that they'll burn longer, and using a heck of a lot more natural wood that doesn't build up in the pipe like that. Here comes Murphy from the bathroom, and Dylan and Jude are just starting to stir in there. Breakfast is simple. It's just bacon and eggs over the fire. That's pretty much where we're at. Well, guys, that is it. Tent is down. Nothing left behind. Dumped our ice on the ground. I'm sure someone out there will have a problem with that. Never fails. Nothing on or under the table. The fire is soundly out. We let it burn down as much as it could, and then we just doused it. And this is where we chopped our wood. Just some wood splinters that someone can use for kindling. We had rodent friends, but we never saw them. There's just evidence of them around these two trees. I see absolutely no sign of anything we left behind except my GoPro over there on the fence post. By now you've seen the time lapse of that. So we are going to say goodbye, not only to our campground, our campsite, but this incredible view. As you can see, it's overcast. We're still getting things in the car at the moment. Three Stooges over there. But the forecast isn't good. Tonight winds pick up. Tomorrow it rains heavy. After that it snows, temperatures drop. Not a very pleasant experience up here. So it's kind of hit or miss. this time of year in Arches / Moab area. So guys, it has been a pleasure, and it's about time, right? Do yourselves a favor. A little bit emotional because the DVT I got in my leg last November could have killed me, and I'm so grateful. So grateful to still be here. Could have ended up a very different way, and this video would have never happened, and the rest of my life wouldn't have happened with my kids. So thank you, Ash, for watching Scraps while we've been away. Thank you to my 3 boys for having some adventures with me and having so much fun. Do yourselves a favor. Get off the couch. Get outside in nature and have some fun. The views. The views, my friends. The views. Oh, maybe not that one. They are spectacular. And if you can't get off the couch, if you can't get outside, I completely understand. So come along with me, come along with us. We could use the company. I will see you in the next adventure. Take care, guys. There are many more to come.